So when I moved into this neighborhood about a year ago, I saw this car sitting here. I thought to myself, this car looks like it could use a V8. I'll bet it's not running. I'll bet it needs a lot of work. And I'll bet it's been sitting here for a long time. Well, I was right. This car is a 1990. It's got 73,000 miles on it. And it's been sitting here for about 2 years. I got to talking to the owner of the car. Well, previous owner now. And, well, frankly, he hates the car. He is so fed up with this car, so sick of working on it that he gave it to me for a very, very fair price. Let's take a look inside here. The car is in really good condition for the mileage and the age. It's not a pristine XJS example by any means, but that's okay because the price was very low. Like I said, 73,000 miles. Now that I've made the car mine, we're going to work on moving this over to my garage. So we're going to try starting this thing. We got the battery hooked up in the back, and see what happens. There it is. Here it is running. It sounds pretty good. You wouldn't really think anything otherwise. I think what we can do at this point is try to back this up and get it to my house here. So. My foot's to the floor. This is the first time I've had it in my driveway running. So far it's pretty okay. The engine idles rough, but that's because, you know, half of it's not working. Brakes seem to work okay. I added a quart of trans fluid to the transmission, and that helps the car back up a little bit and actually move. Let's take a look inside now. I've been playing around with the accessories here. Tachometer works. The defroster works. It's kind of interesting, these controls. Everything takes a little while to kind of work. I don't see the coolant temperature changing at all. It's been running for a few minutes. I would have hoped I would have seen something by now. We do have oil pressure and battery voltage though, so that's good. This thing works. See, we're getting 0 miles per gallon. The hazards do not work. The turn signals do not work either, which is a shame. I'll have to figure that out. But the wiper blades work, and the washer fluid jets work also. Probably should turn this engine off before it explodes or something. It appears this car has an aftermarket 10-disc CD changer, which is pretty cool. There's 3 CDs in here, and we gotta go through them. First, my favorite, we've got Supertramp's Breakfast in America. Next we've got Sting, the 10 Summoner's Tales. And last but not least, Van Morrison, Hard Knows the Highway. Yeah, so I'm just pulling apart the floor mats and stuff, kind of admiring, they've got a lot of sound deadening material in this car. It's pretty impressive. But found a little present back here. I disturbed their place here, so that's unfortunate. We'll have to find a way to get those guys out of here. This is what you get when you get a car that's been sitting outside for 2 years. And all of this has kind of a moist touch to it. So, alright, it's been a nice day one with this vehicle. Got some time to clean it up. Gave it a nice car wash. It was probably the first real car wash it's had in 3 years, I think. Just been sitting in the front yard of my neighbor for the longest time, so there's a lot of dirt that came off really easily. I mean, on the car there's still quite a few imperfections, like, we've got some clear coat stuff going there. I saw some dents in the light on this side. Okay, there they are. You can see them in the quarter panel there, just like that. But the biggest thing I found on the car was This is with all the carpets removed. There's really nasty floorboard rust right here. And that is likely from all this foam and stuff that Jaguar used to keep the car so quiet. Just collecting moisture over time and, just rusting from there. This is what it's supposed to look like back here, and it's not bad back there, but in the front, pretty bad. But there is a slight saving grace. If you look underneath, I don't know how well you can see that right now, but there's really not that much rust underneath the car. So if there was rust under here and I was able to like kind of punch my hand through there, I'd probably maybe not pursue this, but maybe I still would. I don't know. So I'm pretty excited. I think this is going to be a pretty good project. I guess it's about time I announce what I'm going to do with this engine now. Welcome everyone. Some of you may notice that this is a re-uploaded version of a video I posted about a year ago. And I'm doing this because I want to try to renew some interest in this project. I think the V12 is very cool. It's just been my personal choice to take the route I'm taking, and that is to put this thing, a General Motors V8 engine, in this car. That is a 5.3 liter Vortec, a 3rd gen LS engine out of a Yukon. And I'm doing this because the Yukon was available to me for a very cheap price. I got the entire car for 800 bucks. I got this car for free, and well, I just had to do it. Like I said, I saw this car sitting in my neighbor's yard and I really wanted it, but I didn't really want to work on the V12 because it's just more difficult than I care to work with. I put a Ford V8 in a Volvo 240. I've had to do no tinkering with that car. That thing's been dead reliable, and I expect the same results with this. I want to drive this car. I want to enjoy this car. The V12 in this car had overheated. It was not running right, and it needed, all the maintenance in the world because it basically hadn't been touched since 1990. So the engine had to come out anyways. This was the best solution for me in this country in particular. So much has happened since that first video was recorded. The engine is sitting in the car. I've had both subframes out. I've rebuilt each one. I've fully rebuilt the transmission, and I figured out how to get this 5.3 iron block into the form of an LS6 so it can actually fit in this car. I've got videos on all that stuff, but I've got more videos coming soon talking about, things that might help you for an LS swap, but most notably, what's coming up is first start. You'll just have to wait for the next video to see if we actually get this thing to start. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing if you want to see content on this car for the next few months, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.